Washington, D.C. was certainly the focus this week. Investors bracing for a possible sea change on Capitol Hill with the midterm elections changes. But the assumed blue wave certainly wasn't. It was more of a ripple. The Democrats gained control of the House. Republicans strengthened their hold in the Senate. Both results widely expected. So what will a divided Congress mean for the markets and your money? My next guest knows both worlds very well. President Trump's former communications director and the founder of SkyBridge Capital, Anthony Scaramucci, joins me right now. Anthony, it's great to see you.
Hey, it's great to be here, Maria. You do an amazing job on the show.
Thank you.
Way better than me, I might add. So a little disappointing for me, but I do love you. So
thank you. And I love you. Happy you're here.
I love the set.
The book, The Blue Collar President. Congratulations on the book, on the president.
Doing pretty
Let me get your take on what has happened this past week. We know it was expected that the Dems would take the House. They did take the majority. But the Senate, I feel, is really the place where things are ratified, and he gained control.
So, I mean, the Trump train, there's a little bit of everything in this electoral situation. The Trump train is steady as she goes. Lots of progress because the Senate is going to ratify trade deals, ratify treaties. Also, it's very likely you'll have at least one, possibly two more Supreme Court nominations in the back half of the president's term. And so all those things are very favorable for him. The negative, obviously, is that they now have subpoena power and investigatory power in the House. If they start to do that, and you and I both know that they could potentially complicate some of the trade deals by slowing them down and forcing some new structures into the trade deals, things like that. But in general, the president's story is very much intact. And by the way, without his help, the Republicans would have been in a way worse shape. I mean, his 26 campaign stops over 14 days made a very big difference.
You're right. He was out working really hard. And he was working hard for Senate seats because he knew how important strengthening his hold of the Senate would be.
Don't drink, don't smoke. You can fly around on Air Force One at age 72 and do 500 meetings.
I don't know how he does it, actually. You're right. It's pretty amazing. But there was an article on Friday in the Journal, and let me read you what it said. It says, securing congressional passage of the makeover of the NAFTA agreement, that is, of course, USMCA, that will get a lot harder with a split Congress. A Democratic-led House gives Mr. Trump's political opponents power to demand concessions in exchange for ratification of a new agreement reached in September. Markets rallied on the new USMCA. It has to be agreed upon and voted on in the new year by Congress. Will markets trade down on the expectation that this Congress could slow down the president's agenda?
Well, they certainly could, but I think, one of the points I try to make in my book is that the Democrats would be way better served to focus on the blue-collar people, lower-middle-class people. That trade deal clearly does that. And I
That's
think
why the unions like it.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the Democrats would be making a very big mistake if they go in that direction, because then they just look like they're being obstructionists for no reason. One of the points that I make in my book is that the Democrats are making a big mistake by calling the president's base things like deplorable or ethnocentric or racist. They would be way better served to just recognize that he effectively hijacked their base in 2016, moved it over to his side of the ledger, and they would be way better off just trying to focus on them. And hopefully they'll do that in the Congress, because one thing we both know about the president, having known him as long as we both do know him, he'll cut a deal with them.
Let me ask you about pharmaceuticals and biotechs, because the president has not been shy about saying drug prices need to come down. Now that you've got a Democratic Congress in charge, in the majority in the House, Elijah Cummings and Nadler and Judiciary Committee, they're going to want these pharmaceutical companies to come in and start talking about how they arise at a price. I mean, I'm wondering if pharmaceuticals is one area that is under pressure as a result of this divided Congress. So, I'm trying to look for specifics in terms of impact here.
So I think so, and I also think that this was one of the mistakes that got made by the middle Trumpers / never Trumpers in the Republican Party. The president has been championing the idea of negotiating directly with the pharmaceutical companies on their prices for Medicare. And there's been a little bit of an equivocation on the Republican side related to that. So here's another example where the president can split the seam and get in there with the Democrats and work on lowering these drug prices.
All right, we will leave it there. Anthony, it's great to see you.
Let's hold up the book.
Yes,
help me out here. This is my old show.
The blue collar president.
Everybody see that?
Yes.
Please go out and buy the book, please. How's that, right? That was like a Jeb Bush way to say it, right? Please clap and buy the book, okay?
All right.
Anyway.
Anthony Scaramucci joining us.